Okay, here we are back inside MatrixGold once again. Thanks for tuning in. Hope the videos are helping you in your designing process. If they are, please go ahead and hit that subscription button. Tap on that notification bell for further content uploads. Drop me a like and leave me a comment. I'd really appreciate that. Good, bad, indifferent, or just emojis. That's fine. Anything would help me out. Also, if you'd like to share the content, please do so. And if you'd like to donate some coffee to the cause, down around here, there's a super thanks button. You can donate some coffee to the cause. Today, what we're going to do is stick with the settings Halo Builder, except we're going to work with it a little bit differently. In our last video, we went through and talked about all the commands that we have in the Halo Builder, right? So let's just get a gem out there and just check. We talked about all three tabs and all the commands that each one has and how to play around with them and work with them inside the head builder, right? Or the Halo Builder. Now, again, I'll be using 3.5. I won't go into all the details as to why, but there is a good reason. But today what we're going to do is maybe design a little something, tie-tack or something. Yeah, we'll work on it. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and accept that for right now, and then click on my gem, and we can go back here and change that gem up, right? So we'll go to an oval, and I'll just accept that, and then we'll just go straight to the bezel, because we're going to put a bezel on this puppy. And let's see, what do we want to do with this thing? First thing I'll do is I'll drop it down just a little bit, and then I will bring this up some. We don't need it so heavy in there. Maybe let's go to our front view, put it on a wireframe so we can kind of see what we've got here. Yeah, it's about 2 millimeters or so. So yeah, that should be okay. About 1.5 millimeters after the bezel, so that should be fine. We'll just drop it down just to be safe, and then we'll select our halo there, and we'll go to edit. And we'll go straight to the halo here to get it kind of where we want it. And I want it kind of something like this. So let's give it some shading. Take a look at it. Yeah, okay. And where are my notes? I had some notes here that we were going to talk about, but hopefully I can just remember. Yeah, okay, so we're going to make a tie tack out of this puppy, except we're going to do some different things here with it. Tie tack, I believe it usually around 12 millimeters in diameter. So we've got plenty in our height-wise, or this direction here, our Y direction. Our X direction we might want to bump out, but we'll play around with it as we go and see what we end up with. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and the inside wall here. I am going to, let's see, maybe inside wall width right here, inside wall width. So I'm going to bump that maybe just select the handle. Yeah, I'm going to bump that out just some little bit. That'll give us a little bit more room on the sides there, open it up a little bit, which is kind of what I want anyway. And then I'll give it a little bit extra here too as well. Now the channel I do not want, and actually the gemstones I do not want, which kind of changes our outlook here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll go back to Halo, and we'll just open this up a little bit. Actually, the channel I do want, sorry. I do want the channel. And I am going to open that channel up some as well. Yeah, I believe that's the handle. Oh, wall overlap. No. Outside wall width. Yeah, there we go. We want this one bigger. Something like that maybe. And we'll drag this out a little bit. Something like that perhaps. And then this height-wise, I'm going to take down. Okay. But I know you're probably thinking, what's he doing? You know, putting a channel. What we're going to do though is no channel. We're just going to make a Titech with just one stone, just the center stone in it. And down here we got blend, right? Which we talked about in the last one. So we're going to move that blend over so that instead of that channel, we have just like a little indentation there, right? And depending on how low I take this channel, I can make that indentation more, oh, wrong one, more pronounced. So we want a pretty good indentation there for what we're going to do with this puppy. And of course, we want to give it some depth. I believe it's 6 to 8 millimeters is usually the depth of it. So we'll take it down to like around 5. I'm not going to do a lot of design work on the side here, but there are lots of ways to do different designs in here. And we'll go over that at another video. We're just going to kind of put together a little Titech here. So this is kind of the setup I'm kind of looking for. So we'll just go ahead and accept that. Now we'll go to extract an ISO curve here. So we'll click here on our ISO curve. We'll change to our yellow creation layer and we'll just kind of select in here, switch that to 180. So it's going around the halo there. Now this part may be a little bit, challenging to get it in the center because it's not, if you put it at the 5.0, that's definitely not the center. It may be from there to there, but you'll kind of have to, excuse me, kind of have to wing it a little bit. But again, it's going to be parametric, so you don't have to worry too much because you can always move it after you start setting everything up. So we'll just go ahead and right click and accept that. And we'll go straight to our solids and go to a rope. And we'll just put a rope around here now. Okay, so there's our rope. So you can see it's kind of indented down into the Titech. Our thread diameter will change, but our internal diameter we will not. So basically, we're just going to make those a little thicker, right? So something like that. Now at this point, you know, if you can see that maybe it's not exactly where you want it, you can just go ahead and accept that. Let's change that to a different layer so we know that they're not all boolean together yet. And let's go back to a wireframe so we can select this curve and it'll pop up over here for edit, and we'll just edit that and we'll go back to here and we can kind of maybe move it wherever we think we want it. So I'm just going to move it in just a little bit, something like that, and we'll take it. All right, next thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and go back to my curves, or I can right click. Maybe, nope, it did not. Okay, so it's not still activated. I'll select it there again. Extract ISO curve right here. Switch that to a 180. And again, we don't have to worry so much about where we're going to put it because we can still adjust it, and we're just going to take that. We're going to select that curve and we're going to go back to solids, except this time we're going to put balls on here, right? And as you can see, we're only getting a quarter. I mean, you could do a quarter of it if you wanted to and then mirror it. That'll work out fine. I'll just come over here. We start position at 0. Our end position is 0.25. I'll just click in our end position and type in 1 and hit enter, and it goes all the way around, so we don't have to mess with that mirroring. And start size, we'll drop them down a little bit and we'll get them just a pinch closer together, something like that. So now we've got a little something like this, and let's take those and put those on a different layer. So we've got those balls out there. All right, now we'll go in here and again select. Okay, we don't want to do the balls. We want to go back to our curves menu, get another extract ISO curve, put it on here, and we will just swing that over to 180. And again, not so worried about where I put it at the moment. Just get it on there, and then I can always move it and adjust it if I need to after the fact, because we have dynamic commands. So we'll go to solid again, and we'll put some more balls on here to give it a little bit more look. And we will go from that start position 0 back to our and type in 1 end position, so that those balls are all on there and we don't have to mirror them. This one we'll take down a little bit, make a little bit smaller, And that's pretty much exactly where I want it, so I got lucky there. And we'll just bump those in a little bit too. All right, so there we go. So we're pretty much done with this tie tack, we'll just say. And we'll take these, put it on that layer there. So we've got everything kind of together so far. All right, now the bottom, we don't maybe want it so thick, so what we'll do at this point is we will go ahead and extract an iso curve again from this bottom. And again, I'll switch it over to 180, a lot of 180. And we'll just, this part I'm not really worried about how thick this is, because what we're going to do is cap all this off, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click here on that, and then I'm going to take this curve and I'm going to offset it right here, offset, and I'll take that to a 0, but I will drop it down a little, right? Something like that. Okay, and I will go ahead and accept that, and I'll right click to bring back that command. Go here, take this one to 0, and we will drag this one up into there, except we probably want to see how much, because last time I did this we did not have that much weight, but this time we're not doing any kind of channel cut. It'll just cut straight down in there. But I do want to be kind of conscious of that, kind of get in the habit of it. So we'll take it up to something like here. And then what we'll do is do little offsets so it kind of goes up at a little angle there. And I'm kind of just looking right here how much we're going to have. It's going to come down like this. So actually, let's just take it back to 0. Yeah, okay. So there we go. Okay, now when we select this one here, the command will open up. Right here will give us our offset, and then here, if we click on this one, it'll give us our offset. But this one here is kind of like the master, right? So if I edit this one, if I take it and move it in any direction onto the thing, on my item, right, it's going to change all those positions, so I can kind of manipulate it from here. Let's give it some shading so we can see kind of, but you can see that the curves are updating, right? So we'll just do something like this here, and then we'll just right click to accept all those. Now from here, what I'll do is go to my surface, go to loft, and I will loft from here to the bottom one here, and then accept that, right? And then go ahead and select that. And I'll take this and go straight to cap, and then right click. So now I have hopefully a closed poly surface, and I will change this to my cutting layer, right? So I have this out here. Okay, so now what I can do is, again, if I go and select this curve here, it will change and edit it. It will change that position of that cutter, right? So let's take it back out here. And I'll just back out of that by hitting escape, because I don't want to change anything that we did. And then at this point, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do the Boolean difference. This will be the surface it's going to cut. Right click. This will be the cutter. Right click. And we have the cutout, right? Okay. So that's that. Now that would normally go to, let's see this. Let's turn this on so we can show it. And we'll turn it to this color and then hide it. Okay, so we know it's there, right? Now this one here, this is the one that we could do this several different ways. I'm not sure which is the best way to keep parametric, but I'm not sure I really need parametric anymore. So maybe what I'll do is go ahead and select it and full save it, or save it to my collections for tie tacks or something, or whatever you want to do. But what we want to do, yeah, we'll just play around from, well, we want it up a little bit, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and select my yellow curves there, and we're just going to turn them over to gray here and shut them off, but we're going to keep them all. So what I'll do now, again, is go back to my curves, go to an extract ISO curve from this surface in here, again, going around it, and I want to leave a little distance here, something, I don't know, somewhere around here maybe. And then I'll just right click and I'm going to select that curve, and I am going to go to my surface and my planar curves and just click it there. And now I have a surface. Oh, I did it twice. So let's get rid of one of those. So I have this surface, right? Now what we'll do is we'll take that surface, we'll go to transform, and we'll just do an auto base on it, and I'll right click to accept it. I'll click that, put it in the center, click it, right click again, and then this one, what I'll do is I will drag it up, something like this. Okay, so we got this piece here. I'll take that and I'll put it over here to keep everything organized, my ground plane. And then now what I'm going to do is go to my smart pattern. So I'll click on my smart pattern, select my surface, this surface here. And before I get too crazy, I'm going to go ahead and take these down to a small, just one, because on some of the things it helps speed up the time, right? So I'll just do this little honeycomb thing. So I'll just go ahead and double click on that, and it just puts me one because I have one in my U and one in my V. Now I can play around with this and kind of figure out how many do I want on there. So let's take this one up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. And we've got a nice little honeycomb pattern there, right? And my thickness, it's a 1. Let's take that down. I'll just click in here and type in maybe a 0.7 and enter. Okay, so it thinned them out just a little bit. All right. And I'll just say, well, maybe we should just try going with this. So we'll just go ahead and click on that. Accept it for right now. Now we'll go to our smart flow here, parametric, and I'll complete select surface. We'll take that, select our base surface right there, select our destination surface right here, and now select our objects, and that will be our green ones, and then right click and give it a few seconds and it'll update onto there, right? So there we go. There's our little back side of it, right? So we'll go ahead and click on that. Oh, sorry. Now at this point we can go ahead and select this, and we'll turn that to a blue and turn it off just to keep it a little different. And now we have a little opening up there. Let's hollow it out a little bit, but it makes it nice and solid on the bottom, right? Okay, so let's go. Yeah, let's go back in here, wireframe, so we can kind of grab this curve here, right? And then from here, what we're going to do is we are going to go to our surface and our solids, right? And we've got a command here, extrude surface to boundary, right? So we clicked on, we did the curve, right? Okay, we did the curve. So right here, extrude planar curve. So we'll select on that, extrude planar curve straight. And we'll come down here and directions both sides. So we'll just do a both sides, something like this here. All right, and give it some shading. So now we can see that. And we can select it and turn it to a cutter. Oh, I got it turned off. Now which one's which? Well, actually, I could have just used that original one, huh? That's the one that we had out there. So let's just grab that one. All right, so well, let's hide this bigger one here just for fun. I could have used that same cutter, which probably would have been good because everything would have updated exactly the same, and I wouldn't have to worry about going to the second one. But anyway, I digress. We'll go to a Boolean intersection, right? First surface will be all these honeycomb shapes. Right click, and we'll select our cutter. Right click, and we'll give it a couple seconds, hopefully, and it'll just do all that cutout and give. Ooh, we're missing something there. Wonder why. Wonder what causes that. So that's no fun, but it's okay. We'll take it. All right, and we'll take this cutter and just turn it off right now. All right, so we have that, and unfortunately it did me dirty, which is really no big deal for the most part. What we can do is we can go ahead and select this, and we'll just go to ungroup, right? So now we have this one we can choose by itself, right? And we can go ahead and go to duplicate, and we can maybe turn on our O snaps would be nice. And I have quite a few on there, so let's see if I can just grab this little corner right here. Intersection. Let's try quads. So quads on, so we'll keep mid on. See if this will be, yeah, there we go there, and see if I can snap it. There we go. And trying to grab that corner, which I'm sure you already know. Okay, let's lock that. There we go. All right, so there you go. I mean, it's a quick fix, right? No big deal. Now I can go ahead and select all those, and we'll group them together again. So now they're all grouped together. Yeah. I mean, if something like that happens, really, it's not a huge deal. I mean, it's unfortunate, but sometimes that stuff does happen. So we've got all this taken care of, right? So it's definitely a good time now to go ahead and select everything and throw it into a full save, because now we need to go get our back for it. Now we can make our back, but why do that when MatrixGold has a back already in there that we can use? So we'll go to our collections. Click on that, and then we'll go to collections, and it's in the findings. So if you're in collections, you can find your findings. Just go in there, and you have all kind of findings. And we have two lovely Titech backs that we can use, right? We'll just go with this one here. And I don't want to double click on it, but I do want to import it. I believe it's here. Okay. And I don't know, maybe this is just 3.5 where this pops up, but we'll go ahead and load this puppy in here. Now the hardest part is it's not laid out there very nicely, right? So let's take this and hide it, and let's select all this, and let's bring this back. We'll take this, put it on this red layer here, hide it, go ahead, grab all this and hide that, and then bring this back. Oh, my purple didn't select my purple, hide. Now it did not lay it out straight. I'm not sure if it will on yours or not, but if it does not, we have some work we're going to have to do in order to get this puppy all nice and centered up so that we can attach it to our Titech, or our Titech. Okay, so here we are. Now this should be, I believe, I think it's like 16, 17 millimeters at least in length. So keep that in mind. So first thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and just center it up, just for sake of centering it. Okay. And now, not sure exactly what's the best way, but we can just go to our rotate here, and select our object, hit F4, select our object, press enter, and then go to F4, and we'll just kind of, there's our mid, so hold down shift, So that's looking, looks pretty close. And then we'll go from this one here, we'll select it again, right click for our rotate, right? And then we'll go F4 again, and we'll snap it to this mid here. That doesn't look like the mid, but, and we'll hold down shift. Yeah, it doesn't look like the mid there. But doesn't matter. We can go from mid to mid and then kind of get that pretty close. It's a little off. I guess it doesn't really have to be exactly. I don't know. I just get weirded. And then we'll take it over here, right click, put it in our mid again, or F4, and then come down here. That looks like, yeah, I should have probably, okay, we'll right click again to bring it back. We'll put a mid right there because that looks like it's going down the mid there. And we'll hold down shift, and we've got it fairly close, right? So now we can just accept it, go to our blue thing here, and change it to a 90 degree and hit enter. Yeah, wrong direction. Okay, so we'll change it to a 180, and now it's facing the right, pretty much the right direction, and we'll just drop it way down there, and we'll just bring our pendant and everything back. Right? Okay, and we want to go ahead and hide that there, and we'll take this, go ahead and switch it to gray, and hide all that gray. And now we have our back on there. We can go to wireframe. We can kind of see where that's set up. It's going pretty deep in there. I don't think we need it that deep, of course. And we can just drop it down into our honeycomb stuff there. You know, you want a good, nice, tight fit. There we go. And we are pretty much done with our little pendant or a little tie tack there, right? So if we go to shading, there you go. That's kind of what we got. Let's go to our render. We can kind of see a little bit more what we got. And now to get the other one, right, you need two of them, right? So we'll just take this, go here, hit Alt. I let go Alt and then drag it over here. Did not move everything. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, it didn't move those. It's doing some crazy stuff here. There we go. It just took a while. Snap everything over. I hit Alt. It moved everything instead of... let's do it again. I'll hold down Alt this time and move it over. Yeah, maybe that's better. Just hold down Alt instead of just tapping it. Now, this is our one that we had, right? So this, well, first of all, before I do anything else, I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to move it a little bit. I want it to break history at this point. Oh, move it a little, break history, okay. And then now, this one I'm going to take, again, hold down Alt, move it over here to this side, and then take it, again, and just move it, break that history. And then this one, go ahead and just save it or hide it or whatever, right? Because now we're just kind of in the rendering mode type thing, right? We want to do something with the render. Now, there are some things that we can do to get it to look kind of unique. We can change this one maybe to 90 degrees if it goes the right direction, and of course it does not. That's my story of my life. Well, 180, we'll flip it over the other side there, right? And maybe this one here, we'll kind of, I don't know, bring it over something like this and swing it around here. And then we'll just grab the checkerboard there and kind of move it over something like that. And then this one, maybe we you know, they're both going cross. Maybe we want this one to kind of go with the bar there, right? So we'll just go to ungroup, There we go. And we will go ahead and rotate that something like this here. So it gives us a little bit different look for the tie text, right? And now we are pretty much good to go. We can kind of, let's take this one here and we'll move it down a little. Something like that. So it gives us a little bit, maybe we move it over a little bit too. All right. And there we go. Let's take both of them. The reason why we went ahead and duped them and kept the original because we and then broke history. It makes it easier to move them around. It seems like, at least to me, it does. All right, so there we go. Kind of get them set up however you want to look. Then we'll go to our render. And we can kind of set them up however we want. Now, there is one thing we probably should do since we are going to render, because the stones will get a little dark if we don't. So we're going to select this one and this one and go to our cutters and put some cutters on there. And I'm not even going to worry about setting them up too much. There is one thing that I do want to check. I want to make sure that it's not cutting into my bar down here. So, oh, it's close. So let's go do a little edit. Let's complete that. Oh, okay, it's going to edit me over here. All right. So we'll go and just kind of drag that up. I don't want that. Did it drag? Yep, it dragged both of them up, and I'll just go ahead, right click to accept that, go back to my shading, and we'll just do a Boolean difference right here. Well, that'll be this one, right click this one. Okay. Right click to bring back the command. This one and this one, right click this one, and it selects both of them, and then click. And it should have done that cutout. Right click to accept it. We'll hide these stones and just take a look. Yeah, it looks like it did. We don't want any metal touch it. Maybe I should make that. Let's go back to our cutter here. Edit. I'm going to make that. I tell you what, let's just turn that off. And let's turn our green off. I'm going to make that just a little bit thicker. There we go. And then right click. And now bring back this, and hide this and see. Okay, so let's bring this back. Yeah, okay. All right. So it should be okay. And let's go ahead and hide that. All right. So we've got our tie tacks out there, and now it's time to make them look pretty. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, select, I think it's this, and this, and we'll go to metals, and we'll do, I don't know, we'll do a yellow gold, and accept that. All right. Now, there is something that I forgot to do, which I should have done in the very first one. So now I have to do it twice in order to get the render the way I want. So, yay me. Again, but I constantly do that kind of stuff. So let's go back here real quick, and let's do an extract an ISO curve from this surface here. Right, poly surface, and there it is right there. So we're going to take that 180. We're going to take this one over inside so that it disappears in there, right? I'm going to turn off my purple for a second. Just check. All right, so you can see it's just on the inside of the bezel. I haven't joined those together yet, so I'll just go ahead and accept that. I'm going to right click to bring back that extract ISO curve again, and place another one right here. And there's that, and this time we want to take it out just a little bit, something like that. Okay, and then we'll go ahead, select our item there, And I'll do one instead of waste your time doing both, and then that way you can see the difference in what it does. And then we'll do a split with this yellow curve, and we'll go to wireframe and select this yellow curve and then hit enter, right? So it should have split that surface there, and it did. And I'll change that to this really nice. It doesn't look like it did this. Okay, there we go. I must have had two of them out there. I wonder if it's the same thing. No, maybe not. Okay, so we have one set up with that cutout, and we have one that's not. So you'll see the difference here. We'll go ahead and grab that. We'll grab this. We'll go to change that, and we'll just redo everything one more time. Grab this thing here. And actually, I can go ahead and select all this stuff. Turn it there, and we will group all that together because we'll want to boolean all that later. Not the hinge part, but anyway, I digress. Let's get it set up. Now you'll see a big difference between the two. All right, so we'll do again, we'll just grab all our green and our purple, and we'll change it to yellow gold, 14 yellow, and apply it, right? And then we want to grab our gemstones, and we'll go to our gems, and we'll put, I don't know, emerald maybe, and then apply those. And now with this one, we'll take this surface, and we'll come down here to ground planes and put a matte finish on it, right? So it kind of looks like after, you know, it's all finished, it'll have that dark outline going around it, so it will really make everything pop, hopefully. And then we'll go ahead and try MatrixGold here, apply that, and we'll just go ahead and do a render. And this will take a few seconds, so I'll bump that up. We'll put my denoiser on. And you can kind of see how that difference is. It kind of looks like, instead of this, kind of looks blasé, right? You got that darkness there, and it kind of gives that image of that antiquing going around the gemstones. But there you go. Hopefully that, you know, just at this point, it's just bullying everything together. Let's go ahead and minimize that. Just go ahead and Boolean union all that stuff together, and you should be good to go with a nice little honeycomb back on the one. Definitely don't need that blue there. But there you go. Pretty cool. Let's give it some shading. One last look here. Yeah. Nice little cufflinks. And our image, let's see if I can pull that back up. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. It's gone. Oh, there it is right here. There you go. And you can play around with that. We'll post effects. Final pass is one I always play around with, making it lighter or dark. I usually like to get them a little bit, go to the darker side. I don't know, it just kind of looks a little different. But there you go. Hopefully this helps, and if it does, go ahead, leave a like. And Halo Builder is a powerful tool. It's not just about putting gemstones around. There's all kind of things you can do with it. So hopefully this kind of gives you a different idea, and again, your imagination's your only thing holding you back. So good designing, and see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for all the support.